Good afternoon. This is Todd, sitting in for Tricia on Chapter 6 of our book, Dare to Dream. And read through the chapter a couple days ago and had given some thought to what I wanted to discuss. And the first thought that came to my mind was, have you ever felt like you were assigned a task that you didn't do? Or were given a job that didn't fit your strengths and abilities? I know I have. Fortunately, it doesn't happen all the time, but there's been times where you could use the phrase fish out of water, where I wasn't really comfortable with what I was doing. I knew that there was somebody who could probably do a better job, and it would have been a lot better for the results had that other person been doing the other job. So in Chapter 6, that's what John Maxwell is talking about. He's talking about our strengths and discovering those strengths and working within those strengths to achieve our goals. And he's got some good analogies and references to how that can be done within the chapter, so I encourage you to read it if you haven't already. But one that I like to relate it to is thinking about what we've been given. You know, if you believe that God has given you talents, strengths, and abilities specific to you, and that you are unique, then we also know that it's our job to grow that, to harvest that, to be fruitful based on what we've been given. And I think a good analogy that goes with that is some people call it the parable of the talent, or the bags of gold, or the landowner who leaves his servants in charge of money in the New Testament. We know that the three servants are given different amounts of money, and the landowner asks them to keep it safe. And we know that two take good care of the money, invest it, and increase that amount of money for when the landowner returns. And we know that one, who was scared of losing it all, buried it in the sand and hid it. And I think that a good way to look at that is, we know what we've been given. If our gift is, if we're a strong people person, or if we're a strong, a very analytical, deep thinker whose purpose on this planet is to find out new things and be creative, that's not me. But if that's your purpose and that's your calling, then you're supposed to do it. And so, discovering what those strengths are and working from within them. In the Chapter 6, John Maxwell gives an analogy, or a diagram of working from within your strengths 80% of your time to be most productive, and only devoting 5% of your time to working out of areas of weakness. And so the next time you come across a task, as a leader, if it's a task that isn't within your strength, and it's not going to bring joy to you to do it, perhaps there's somebody within your team who would be better suited to take that on. It's important that as we continue to grow, that we recognize our own individual strengths, so that we can help others around us grow as well. I referenced, I think 2 chapters ago, the Strengths Finder book by Tom Rath. I did this with my administrative team at work, and we each went through and took the survey, and then we met and we discussed the results. It was interesting to see how diverse we were as a group, how my strength wasn't the same as the other administrator's strength, and the other administrator's strengths were completely different than theirs. And so it was really neat to see that. And quite honestly, from that experience, what we learned is there's certain tasks that we should let the other people handle. If that's the case with you, maybe in your house, maybe at work, or maybe even in your journey with oils and with your downline, then I encourage you to find out what those strengths are and do that. So that's my summary of Chapter 6. And we'll look forward to seeing you for Chapter 7. Have a great evening.